All right, amazing artists. Today we're going to come back and we are going to look back at our color monster. And our color monster that we made last week was a certain color because he was feeling a certain kind of way. Today, what we are going to do is we are going to take this color monster and we are going to give him a jar for his feelings. Okay, and we'll talk about what goes inside this jar in just a second. But first, let's talk about how this monster is going to be finished. The first thing I'm going to do to this monster is right along the bottom edge, I'm going to cut a small rectangle off of my color monster and set him to the side. Here, I'm going to chop this in half. Now, this part is a little bit tricky. I want you to watch very close at what I do here. I'm going to come in and I'm going to tilt my scissors this way and then tilt my paper the opposite direction and cut out a triangle. Start on that same corner or edge. We're going to cut in, turn my paper, cut in to the same spot. And what we do when we do that is we create little hands or arms for our monster. Now let me show you with this one exactly the way I'm cutting. So I'm cutting in this way, okay? And then I'm cutting in from this side. I'm cutting in this way, cutting in from this side. Okay, so I'm going to do the exact same thing here. I just drew it only so that you could see it, but you don't need to draw it. It's just a zigzag line. Cut in, turn, cut in. Okay, get those scrap pieces out of the way. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my monster over to the back side, and when I add glue, please notice where I'm adding glue. If I add glue just a big glob in the middle, all the edges of my paper are going to peel up, and my monster could fall off my paper. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the outside edge, and sometimes I like to put a little X in the middle, and that helps me. Now, when you put your color monster on your paper, you want to leave room for your jar. So when you do, put him off to one side and notice how his belly is on the bottom of the page. Give him a little massage, make him feel good. Then we are going to add on the arms. Stick them down. Add glue to your arm, not to your black paper. You never know how much glue you need if you add it to the black paper. You could have some squeezing out the outside edge, and that doesn't look very nice. So I add my arms to my color monster, and this arm that I add on, I want it to reach out for this jar. Please don't put your arms above your eyes. Anywhere else on your monster is fine. And smooth it out. So look how his arm is extending. And when I do this, I don't want the little fingers to get glue on them because I'm probably going to put the jar right underneath there like this. Okay? And so the next thing that I need to get ready is my jar. And so let's talk about what we do with it. You also have this white sheet of paper. You're going to take this jar and you're going to trace it. You can trace it with a pencil. I'm tracing it with this marker just so you can see it really well. You'll notice too when you go to draw this that the jar only fits on this paper in one direction. So if it doesn't fit like this, please don't draw it like that. Then I'm going to cut out this jar. Follow around that outside edge. Remember, my thumb goes in the small hole on top, and I cut away from myself, and I turn my paper with that lazy hand who usually doesn't get to do anything. Okay? You're going to put some time and effort into this. Cut out right on top of that line the best you can. Turn your paper, not your scissors. Your scissors are always pointing away from you. Then, what you're going to do is you're going to flip this over to the side that does not have pencil marks on it. So I'm going to flip it over, and this, of course, you know, goes in the trash. Then, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a green marker. That is green because it is the same color that matches my color monster. Okay, and inside my jar, I want to draw some pictures of things that make me feel calm or peaceful because that is what my monster looks like he is feeling. And so inside here, I might draw some pictures of whatever makes me feel peaceful or calm. In this case, I might draw some plants, Plants make me feel kind of peaceful. I just repotted my plant last night, and I was so happy to see him in a new home. And so this is one thing. Notice again, I'm only using this marker. What else am I going to draw? Maybe I want to draw a bathtub. Sometimes when I really want to feel peaceful and calm, I like to take a great big bubble bath. Okay, and then let's try, sometimes when I want to feel calm, I take a walk out in nature. So maybe I draw somebody who is going for a walk outside. And so I'll put a sky up here, maybe there's a rainbow and some clouds, and then there are trees. And maybe I want to add, sometimes when I like to feel a little bit more peaceful, oh, and birds in the sky. Birds are nice. I like listening to the birds tweet. Yeah, I could add a flower in there. And then let's try one more thing here. How about, I'm going to do a cup of tea. Now, some of you might not drink tea, but maybe you like to drink something like hot cocoa. When I like to feel really peaceful or at ease or calm, sometimes I drink out of my favorite mug and drink my favorite drink. And it's nice and hot, and that puts me in a really, really good mood. Okay? So again, I'm going to draw things that make me feel peaceful or calm, if that is the feeling or emotion of my color monster. Now, if your feeling or emotion is something like anger or happiness or shock or surprise, you need to come up with things that match that feeling or emotion. Here, I'm going to take this jar. We're almost done. We're almost done. I'm going to take this jar and I'm going to add glue on the back of it around the outside edge, just like we said before, around the outside edge. And then again, I draw an X. And I'm going to slip that up underneath his fingers so that he is holding on to his feelings. Place that jar on the paper, give it a nice massage. And next week, we will talk about how we will add a lid to our jar that is actually metallic, so that it looks more realistic. I hope you had fun making your jar of feelings. Remember to make things that would make you feel this way. Or if you can't come up with anything that makes you feel peaceful, maybe you can come up with a story about what makes your color monster feel peaceful, or angry, or surprised, or sad. So have a great time.